receipt setting. Here in receipt setting, you can make the settings related to the receipt. Here in receipt setting, you can configure the settings according to you. What type of receipt setting you want, you can make a design of it. To make the changes of the receipt, you need to select the format. In what paper format you want that receipt to be printed. Okay, I will select A4 format too, and when you click on see preview, here the preview will be shown like this. Okay, this is enable print. If you enable this print, after every invoice you will get a pop-up from where you can store that invoice into your system. Enable print from restaurant screen. If you want to use receipt from your restaurant screen, you can also do that. Okay, enable reprint. If you want to take a reprint on the invoice, if you enable this, after every checkout on the invoice, you can see a reprint option. You can also print manually here, and if you enable this in landscape mode, the invoice will be shown in landscape mode. Sales printer. Here, according to the printer connected to your device, you can select the printer here. Or if you are connecting new printer, then you can download that, install that printer, and that printer will be shown here. Next is sale order invoice title. Here you can give the sale order invoice title, sale invoice title also. What title you want to give, you can give it. Print width. Here you can give the print width of your invoice. Sale quotation invoice, you can give the title for sale quotation invoice. Title font size you can give. Number of receipt copy. Here you can set the number of receipt copies of the invoice. Print receipt by default. If you enable this, after every checkout, by default, receipt will be printed. Show title. If you enable this, the title will be shown on the receipt. Enable short word. If you enable short word, after every long word, it will make that long word into short. For example, if you are writing discount, it will make that discount word short word like DIS. This is how this enable short word work. Enable original duplicate text. If you enable this, after every invoice, the original and the duplicate text will be applied on the invoice. Next is print setting. In print setting, you will get the paper margin here. In paper margin, you can set the margins of the invoice. Okay, if you enable this, the margin will be disabled, and here in the margin, you can give the margin top how much it should be, margin bottom how much it should be, and in margin left you can select the margin left how much it should be, and right margin how much it should be. You can see that. Next is font setting. Here in font setting, you can set the fonts. Okay, what type of font you want, you can select it here. Receipt font weight, how much it should be, like dark, thin, you can select that. Head font, how much it should be. Title font, how much it should be. Item list font, how much it should be. Restaurant name font, how much it should be. Footer font size, how much it should be. Item list font weight, how much it should be. You can select, you can make the changes according to your wish. Okay, next is invoice head. In invoice head, you will get the all the restaurant information, customer information, and logo settings. Okay, here in the show head, if you enable this show head, you will get the head of the invoice. Okay, where you can see the all the restaurant related information. Here you can select the font size, space after head, spinner display type, what type of display you want, you can select it. Okay, if you enable show restaurant information, what all information should be shown on the invoice, you can select it. Like I have selected, restaurant name must be shown, address must be shown, email should be shown, state code, about, phone, GST number should be shown. Like that, show customer information. If you enable this, what all information about the customer should be shown on the invoice, you can see that. Right, I have selected customer name should be shown on the receipt, customer phone number, GST PAN number, address, email, and state code. These all information will be shown on the receipt if you enable this. If you uncheck this, that information will be not shown on the receipt. Okay, here you can select the width, position, text alignment, customer information, font style of that restaurant information, and head. Okay, company information with how much it should be, you can type it here, and in for customer information with you can give it here. position, what position the information should be occurred on the receipt, you can select it. Company text element, where it should be, like center, left, right, you can select it. You can select the font style also, and font size also. Like that you can select for customer also. And show customer details header. If you click this customer details header font size, you can select it here. Show logo. If you have any logo of your restaurant, you can click here show logo, and you can choose the logo, and you can select that logo and put it on the receipt of your restaurant. Okay, this is how show logo work. Show invoice information. If you enable this, what all invoice information should be shown on the receipt, you can select that. Like I have selected, invoice number will be shown on the receipt, invoice date and time, table number on which the customer were occupied. You can show that invoice information on the receipt. Okay, if you want to show any other related details about the invoice, you can just check it and you can show them on the receipt. Next is invoice main. In invoice main, item list field options, summary and tax display settings will be shown. Like sale list field. In sale list field, what all item related sales should be shown on the receipt, you can select that. Like serial number will be shown, item name will be shown, quantity, how much the quantity has customer taken, it will be shown, variance it will be shown, price it will be shown, and net total amount will be shown. If you want to show GST amount, you can show the GST amount on the receipt. If you want to show batch ID of the item, you can show that batch ID of the item. If you want to show discount, you can show discount. If you want to show MRP, you can show MRP also. If you uncheck this, if you check this, that information will be shown on the receipt. Item list font weight. You can see the item list font weight, how much it should be. You can select it that way. Okay, like that you can select the font size, header text, and height of the cart also. Next is sales summary field. In sales summary field, it will show display of sales summaries. Okay, if you enable this, you can show all the sales summary related details like change due, how much, taxable amount, total amount, invoice total, payment. These are the sales summary details. Okay, these all you can show on the receipt. Display tax breaking. If tax breaking will be shown, default tax details will be shown. These are all the related details you can enable and you can use them on the receipt. Next is invoice foot. In invoice foot, you can show the signature settings and showing different notes in foot. If you enable show sign, if you enable this, after the receipt, you will get a signature column there where you can see the signature. Okay, show footnote. What width of the footnote will be, and what is the text alignment of that footnote. You can select it. And declaration note. You can select the declaration note here. Additional note, if it has, you can write here additional note, and you can show it on the invoice foot, where you can give the return policy of your restaurant, and you can write the note for the welcome message, visit again, like visit again, thank you. Okay, these all will be shown on the invoice foot. Next is print profile for invoice. Here you will get four types of pages. Okay, first you need to select the format, on which format you want to make changes. After that you can make the settings. Okay, if you want to see the preview, what all changes you have made, when you click on see preview, the receipt will be shown here. This is how receipt will be shown, and what all changes you have made, you can just verify them. And after that, when you click on submit, the changes will be saved with that settings, and that receipt will occur with that changes.